I am 47 years old. For the past 2 decades, I've built companies, managed institutional risk, and survived the brutal, unforgiving waves of the global stock market. I achieved what most people spend their entire lives chasing: absolute financial freedom. But let me tell you a brutal truth that Wall Street won't admit. The last 12 months have terrified me more than the 2008 financial crash. Why? Because the fundamental rules of money have officially changed. The traditional stock market we knew is dead. Markets are no longer driven by human psychology or basic supply and demand. They are run by silent, hyper-intelligent algorithms executing millions of trades in milliseconds. If you are still investing based on 5-year-old textbooks, you are bringing a knife to a laser fight. Tonight, I am going to show you how the game is played now and how I completely rebuilt my portfolio using artificial intelligence to survive and thrive in this new era. You can call me Professor Alpha. I choose to remain anonymous behind this digital avatar, not because I have something to hide, but because in high-stakes finance, silence is your greatest leverage. Let me take you back to 2008. I was 29 years old, full of arrogance, believing I could outsmart the market. When the housing bubble burst, I watched 40% of my net worth evaporate in a matter of weeks. I survived, but that scar changed me forever. It taught me that the crowd is always wrong, and relying on mainstream news is financial suicide. Today, in 2026, we are witnessing a crash of a different kind, a crash of human capability. When the AI revolution accelerated, most traditional investors dismissed it as a temporary tech bubble. I didn't. I spent months studying how machine learning analyzes alternative data, tracks global market sentiment, and predicts microtrends. I realized that if I didn't adapt, my 20 years of experience would become completely obsolete overnight. This channel, Horizon Alpha, is my private journal turned into a roadmap for you. Let's look at the cold, hard numbers. Today, over 75% of all trading volume in major markets is executed by algorithmic systems. The massive hedge funds are not sitting around reading Yahoo Finance articles. They are using natural language processing to scan millions of data points, social media posts, and earnings reports before a human can even open a browser tab. This has created a deadly trap for the retail investor. Have you ever wondered why a stock plummets the exact moment you buy it? Or why a sudden hype on Reddit or Twitter causes a massive spike, only for it to crash a day later? It's not bad luck. It's algorithmic manipulation. High-frequency trading bots use machine learning to trigger your emotions, your fear, and your greed. They create artificial panic to buy your shares for cheap, and they create artificial FOMO to sell you overvalued assets. If you are trading with your emotions, you are simply funding the yachts of billionaires. To survive, you must eliminate human emotion from the equation entirely. So how does an ordinary investor compete with a multi-billion-dollar algorithm? You don't fight them. You use their own weapons. My personal investment framework now relies on 3 core pillars that you can begin implementing today. First, AI-driven sentiment analysis. Instead of guessing how the market feels, I use large language models to aggregate and analyze the global tone around specific sectors. Tooltip: look into open source sentiment trackers or AI tools that scan global news sentiment in real time. It tells you when a market is genuinely entering a danger zone. Second, predictive macro modeling. Capital doesn't move randomly. It flows like water. I use data analytics to track where institutional money, the smart money, is silently moving weeks before it hits the mainstream headlines. Focus your research on sectors experiencing massive infrastructure spending, like advanced robotics, clean energy grids, and next-generation biotechnology. Third, and most importantly, strict algorithmic risk management. Never let a single trade destroy your portfolio. Use data to calculate your mathematical risk to reward ratio. Set tight, automated stop losses based on market volatility data, not on your gut feeling. This is not financial advice. I am not here to tell you what specific stock to buy tomorrow. I am here to hand you the framework to protect and grow your capital. The era of guessing is over. The era of data-driven wealth is here. I created Horizon Alpha because I refuse to watch the next generation of investors get crushed by systems built by tech giants. You don't need $1 million to start this journey, but you do need an absolute shift in your mindset. We are standing at the horizon of a new financial dawn. The traditional wealth transfer is happening right now, right in front of your eyes. The choice before you is binary. You can either watch the machines take over and slowly erode your purchasing power, or you can learn to master them and build generational wealth. Subscribe to this channel, turn on your notifications, and let's navigate the complex future of wealth together. I am Professor Alpha, and your financial evolution starts today. Stay disciplined, stay sharp. I will see you in the next chapter.